It's a historic day for Nepali cricket as Nepal are taking on host Pakistan in the inaugural match of the Asia Cup later today in Multan. Associate nation Nepal had caught the eyes of the international media with an impressive performance in the League 2 series in the run-up to the World Cup global qualifiers, and expectantly enthusiastic fans back home and abroad will be keenly following the match today against the #1 ODI ranked team. A noteworthy performance at the Asia Cup will also help boost Nepali cricket for the future of the game in the country. Good morning, I'm Abheudaya Shrestha and these are the headlines of the hour. The MCC Nepal Compact, a U.S. assistance worth over 90 billion rupees, goes into implementation from today. MCC Vice President Cameron Alfred in Nepal. Land mafias grab over 4,400 ropanis of land belonging to Giribunduti Estate in Jhapa. Millions of rupees collected in the name of allotting land. The ISRO says the first ever on-site measurements of the south polar region of the moon confirm the presence of sulfur in the only satellite of the Earth. And a historic day for Nepal as they take on Pakistan in the inaugural match of the Asia Cup today. Nepali fans eagerly await the historic moment. Projects under the American Millennium Challenge Corporation (MCC) will come into implementation in Nepal from today. The total investment in the projects, including the American assistance and Nepal government's added investment, will be more than 90 billion rupees. The projects are coming into implementation from today after an agreement was reached between the Millennium Challenge Account Nepal Development Committee (MCA) and the Ministry of Finance. Vice President of the MCC Compact Operations Department, Cameron Alfred, has already arrived in Kathmandu to attend the official program to implement the MCC. Before entering the implementation stage, the Nepal government had fulfilled 6 required conditions, including the progress in land acquisition and felling of trees at forested areas, after which an agreement was reached at the MCC headquarters to move the project forward. The program has been declared as a national pride project, and the government has formed an electricity monitoring commission, signed the agreement to implement the program, taken approval from India for the construction of transmission lines, and the compact has also been endorsed by the parliament. Meanwhile, government officials expect the project to complete on time. The Nepal government and MCC had signed the 5-year-long $500 million grant program in October 2017. Prior to the implementation of the MCC project agreement, the United States has supported Nepal government's interpretative declaration consistent with the MCC compact terms. Issuing a statement yesterday, the U.S. Embassy in Kathmandu said that it agreed with the interpretative declaration. The House of Representatives had issued a 12-point interpretative declaration on February 27, 2022, before it endorsed the controversial MCC Nepal Compact. Similar to the Lalita Niwas land scam, the land case of Giribunduti Estate of Jhapa is also gaining popularity in recent time. Based on the decision taken during the prime ministerial term of CPN-UML chairperson KP Sharma Oli, more than 4,400 ropanis of land of the Giribunduti Estate has been compromised. The issue is now being discussed at the parliament as well. The land of Birtamor market area in Jhapa is considered expensive. Pieces of land cost between 500,000 rupees to 1 million for just under 2 annas of land. At least 5 million rupees is required for a plot of just over 1 ropani of land. Irregularities have surfaced at the same spot with such high rates of land, and the irregularities have been supported by policy decisions of the government. The Giribunduti Estate spreads over 4,420 ropanis of land from Birtamod to Charaili area near the east-west highway. The then Panchayat government during the monarchy had provided a huge area to the tea estate for its operation. Based on the legal provisions, the land will be transferred to the government if the industry fails to operate. However, the KP Sharma Oli-led government amended the Land Act in April 2021, which allowed for the exchange of the land of the tea estate. The same year, the Agriculture Cooperatives and Natural Resources Committee of the Parliament had said that it was the responsibility of the government to conserve the land. The committee had also directed the Oli government not to implement the decision on the use of the land of the tea estate. However, the then Prime Minister Oli and Minister for Land Management Padma Aryal failed to heed the committee's directives. Secretary of the government Tek Naran Pandey, who is currently behind bars for his involvement in the fake Bhutanese refugee scam, was appointed the secretary at the Ministry of Land Management, and the proposal was taken to the cabinet through him. This decision of the Oli government has now reached the Supreme Court. Around 500 individuals who have paid their money with expectation of purchasing the land of the tea estate are currently concerned. Operator of Shivam Housing, Manoj Prasai, is making preparations to demand a return of the money he had paid for around 26 ropanis of land. Despite Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal making assurances of investigating the case, the government is yet to probe the matter. The KP Sharma Oli-led government's decision regarding the use of the land has now been drawn into controversies. Questions have also surfaced regarding organized crime in the case, as tens of millions of rupees were collected from hundreds of individuals for the land. 3 people were killed and 8 others injured when a jeep was buried by a dry landslide in Palpa's Deurali of Ribdikot Rural Municipality 2 this morning. DSP at the District Police Office Palpa, Birendra Thapa, informed that a female and 2 males were killed in the mishap. The identities of the deceased have not been confirmed yet. The 8 people injured in the incident are receiving treatment at a hospital in Tansen. The jeep traveling from Gulmi to Butwal was buried by the dry landslide in Palpa. The Road Division Palpa had been halting traffic from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. in the region where the incident took place, as works were being carried out to upgrade the road. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question. What is the reason behind wastage of COVID vaccines? Your options are A, lower number of infections, B, lack of government plans, and C, public not interested in vaccine. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. It's time now for the international updates. The Indian Space Research Organization ISRO has said the first ever on-site measurements of the south polar region of the moon have confirmed the presence of sulfur on the Earth's only natural satellite. The measurements were made by the laser-induced breakdown spectroscopy instrument on board the Chandrayaan-3's rover Pragyan. The space agency said the in situ measurements confirmed the presence of sulfur in the region unambiguously, which was not feasible using the instruments on board the orbiters. The presence of oxygen, calcium, and iron has also been detected, and the hunt for hydrogen is underway. An ISRO statement said the preliminary analysis graphically represented have unveiled the presence of aluminum, sulfur, calcium, iron, chromium, and titanium on the lunar surface. Further measurements have revealed the presence of manganese, silicon, and oxygen. ISRO said thorough investigation regarding the presence of hydrogen is underway. The laser-induced breakdown spectroscopy conducted measurements of the elemental composition of the lunar surface. It conducted the analysis by exposing the materials to intense laser pulses. Earlier, the agency had said that the rover had been rerouted safely after encountering a 4-meter crater on the lunar surface. The crater had been spotted 3 meters from the edge. India had created history on 23rd of August last week by becoming the first country to achieve a soft landing near the south pole of the moon. It had also joined an elite club of countries, Russia, the US, and China, to have successfully landed on the lunar surface. ISRO's success had come days after Russia's Luna 25 spacecraft had crashed on the moon's surface following an engine failure. Russia was also aiming to land near the lunar south pole. Reports from Russia say there has been a drone attack on the airport of the northwestern city of Pskov. The local governor said the military was repelling an attack. He uploaded video showing a large fire while an explosion could also be heard. An unconfirmed Russian media report says 4 Ilyushin 76 transport planes were damaged at the airport. Pskov is more than 600 kilometers away from Ukraine, close to the border with Estonia. Ukraine has not said it was involved in the incident, but it rarely comments on attacks inside Russia. Russian officials have said that a drone attack on Russia's Belgorod region killed 3 people last week, hours after another drone hit central Moscow. It came just days after a flagship Russian long-range bomber was destroyed in a Ukrainian drone strike near the city of St. Petersburg. Although Ukraine has not said it carried out specific drone strikes, President Volodymyr Zelensky has previously said that attacks on Russian territory are an inevitable, natural, and absolutely fair process as the war with Russia continues.
Sports news.
Team Nepal take on host Pakistan in the inaugural match of the Asia Cup in the Multan Stadium later today. It is the first time that Nepal are playing a world #1 team in one-day international cricket. When Nepal play Pakistan today, they will be facing top ODI batter Babar Azam, 3rd-ranked Imam ul Haq, and 5th-ranked Fakhar Zaman. Pakistan are even stronger in their bowling. Shaheen Shah Afridi is a global star, while Naeem Shah, Haris Rauf, Mohammad Nawaz, and Shadab Khan strengthened their bowling unit. However, Sandeep Lamichhane, who has broken the record of Rashid Khan, Karan Keshi, ICC's player to watch from Nepal, Gulshan Jha, and young captain Rohit Paudel will be aiming to make an impact against the top side. Manti Desai coached Team Nepal have taken this challenging clash against Pakistan as a great opportunity. The match will begin at 3:15 p.m. at the Multan Stadium. The entire nation was enthused when Team Nepal made their debut at the ICC T20 World Cup in 2014. The same enthusiasm is now being felt as Nepal are preparing to take on giants of world cricket, India and Pakistan, at the Asia Cup, the tournament which is known as the Mini World Cup. Despite being a neighbor of India and Pakistan, it took Nepal almost 3 decades to play against these strong cricketing sides. Only 6 months ago, it seemed almost impossible for Nepal to play India and Pakistan. Winning 11 out of the last 12 matches at the World Cricket League 2 series, Team Nepal retained their ODI status and then secured their spot at the Asia Cup. Team Nepal booked their tickets to Pakistan and Sri Lanka after winning the ACC Men's Premier Cup at home earlier this year. Team Nepal reached Karachi a week ago to a warm welcome from the Pakistan Cricket Board. Pakistan wicketkeeper Mohammad Rizwan then met with the Nepali team and motivated them as well. The young Nepali side, led by 20-year-old skipper Rohit Paudel, are aiming to introduce Nepal at the world stage when they play at the 30,000 capacity Multan Stadium today. The aim of Team Nepal is to secure a win against Test nation Pakistan. For this, Team Nepal have done their homework and will be looking forward to display their best performance at this massive platform. Team Nepal had played the T20 World Cup under the captaincy of Paras Khadka in 2014. The pair of Paras and Gyanendra Malla took Nepal from Division 5 to World Cup and the ODI status. They are of the belief that the new generation will take Nepali cricket further ahead. The Asia Cup will also provide some inspiration to the Nepali women's national team, who are in Malaysia for the T20 World Cup regional qualifiers. Many supporters have reached Multan from around the world to support Nepal. Nepali supporters are also expected to reach Sri Lanka in massive numbers when Team Nepal play India on 4th of September. Irrespective of the result, playing India and Pakistan is close to a festival for Nepal and ardent Nepali cricket followers. In this context, in our Public Voice segment, we had asked people in several provinces how excited are they for the Asia Cup. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
अपेक्षा अब धेरै एकदमै हाई त छैन तर पनि त्यतिको लेभलमा अब इन्डिया पाकिस्तानहरुसँग खेल्ने भनेको हाम्रो लागि एकदम ठूलो कुरा हो
17 वर्षको गुलशन झा 20 वर्षको प्रतिष्ठिसी उनीहरु भनेको यो एजको प्लेयरहरुले पनि त्यो टुर्नामेन्ट खेल्न पाउनु भनेको उनीहरुको लागि एकदमै लक्की नै मान्छु म त
के बाबर आजम एक नम्बर अब विश्वको एक नम्बर ओडीआई ब्याट्सम्यान हो अनि अब बलरहरु पनि अब पाकिस्तानको अब वर्ल्डकै टपेस्ट बलरहरु हुन्छ अब एकदम महत्त्वपूर्ण अब उ हुन्छ के रे म्याच हुन्छ
खेल राम्रो भन्दा नि हामीले जित्ने भन्दा नि अहिले चाहिँ हामीले एक्सपिरियन्स लागि गएको जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई।
बिर्गन्सु पनि आरिफ शेख आसिफ शेख उहाँसँग धेरै बिन्ती छ राम्रो खेल्नुहुन्छ।
अझै राम्रो गरेर नेपाल टिम अगाडि बढोस्
र हाम्रो नेपालबाट प्रथम भएर जानुभएको छ भने त्यस्तै जितेर आउनु एउटा जोस जागर नेपालमा आओस्,
हाम्रो देशको नाम रोशन गरोस् अनि अल द बेस्ट भन्न चाहन्छु।
यो पटकको एसिया कपमा चाहिँ नेपालको टिमबाट कम्तीमा 5-6 जना चाहिँ इन्टरनेसनल लेभलका फ्रेन्चाइज टिमहरुमा चाहिँ बिग्न सक्नु।
50 ओभरको गेम नै खेलेर कम्प्लिट रूपमा चाहिँ खेलेर चाहिँ नेपालले चाहिँ सम्मानजनक प्रदर्शन देखायो भने नै यो हाम्रो लागि चाहिँ अहिले चाहिँ एउटा ऐतिहासिक क्षण हुनेछ।
हामी सबैभन्दा त जित्न र हार्नु भन्दा नि सहभागी हुने कुरै ठुलो हो। अहिले जित्न त गाह्रै छ। अब टेस्ट र्याङ्किङमा इन्डिया नम्बर 1 छ, वन डेमा चाहिँ पाकिस्तान नम्बर 1 छ।
नेपालले राम्रो पर्फर्मेन्स दियोस् हैन। हाम्रो नेपालीहरूले जो शानसँग शिर उठाएर हाम्रो नेपालले पनि यस्तो खेल्यो, यतिको कम्पिट गर्यो भनेर हामीले भन्न सकोस्।
अब जित्ने भन्दा पनि उनीहरुसँग कम्पिटिसन दिन सक्ने चाहिँ लाग्छ मलाई।
एसियन गेममा नेपाली पुग्दा हामीलाई एकदम गर्वान्वित छौं हामी हैन। त्यसको जित पक्कै हामी नेपालीको नै हुन्छ भन्ने पूर्ण अपेक्षा र विश्वास छ।
पाकिस्तान ठुलो टिम हो भन्दैमा चाहिँ नेपाली टिम चाहिँ झुक्ला जस्तो मलाई लाग्दैन। हाम्रा बलरहरू पनि गजब छन्, हाम्रा फिल्डर गजब छन्, हामीहरूको टिमको टिम स्पिरिट पनि गजब छ।
खेलमा चाहिँ राम्रो छ, उसले चाहिँ जित हासिल गर्छ भन्ने कुरामा चाहिँ म एकदमै ढुक्क छु। क्रिकेट खेलाडी भाइ बहिनीहरूले जुन उहाँहरूले प्रस्तुति गर्नुहुन्छ एकदमै राम्रो र एउटा नयाँ किसिमको अब अध्याय सुरु हुँदैछ नेपालबाट।
देश र जनताको गौरवको विषयको लागि यो एकदम महत्त्वपूर्ण दिन हो भोलिको दिन।
बलिङ ब्याटिङ सबैमा खेलाडीहरूको पर्फर्मेन्स राम्रो होस् भन्ने मेरो चाहना छ।
सफलता नै हासिल गर्न नसके नि एउटा म्याच चाहिँ एटलिस्ट जितोस् भन्ने मेरो ठुलो आकांक्षा छ।
त्यो ठाउँसम्म पुग्नु नै एउटा हामी सबैको लागि एक्साइटेड र अलिकति बेस्ट अफ लक भन्न चाहन्छु।
टिम पहिले हेर्नुपर्छ खेलाडी भन्दा पनि, र हामीहरू चाहिँ अभियसली पनि राम्रो नतिजा ल्याउन सक्छौँ।
बलिङ र फिल्डिङ त अवश्य पनि राम्रो छ। हाम्रो अगाडिको 5 वटा ब्याट्सम्यानहरूले अलिकति राम्रो खेल्यो भने भोलिको गेममा हामी अवश्य विजय हुन्छ।
हाम्रो खेलाडीहरू कमजोर छैन नि, उहाँले डटेर राम्रो खेल्नु भयो भने भोलिको दिन अवश्य जितेर आउनुहुन्छ भन्ने मैले पूर्ण विश्वास गरेको छु।
एसिया कप खेल्न गएका छन्, हामी सबै नेपालीहरूको अपेक्षा चाहिँ के छ भने मेडल जितेर ल्याओस्।
इन्डिया पाकिस्तानसँग खेल्न पाउनु भने एउटा यो ठुलो अपर्च्युनिटी हो। यसमा जित हार जे भए पनि राम्रो चाहिँ प्रदर्शन गर्नुपर्छ।
जितलाई मात्र ठुलो नठानेर त्यहाँबाट अब झन् ऊर्जाका साथ अगाडि बढुन् भन्ने अपेक्षा गर्दछु।
नेपाल टिमले चाहिँ नि दुईटा राष्ट्रहरूसँग एउटा राम्रो प्रदर्शन गरोस् र अनि एउटा राम्रो प्रतिफल यसको निकालोस्।
That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.